Okay, so carrying on from the last episode, we want to create a 2D light, which should be a point light. It's got an outer radius of 25, intensity of 0.6, and we'll leave that at that. Make sure that's under row 1, and then just reset its position so it's central, and then you can give it a slight colour tint if you want, just so it's not as dark. Okay, so that's the lighting setup. But under here, create an empty object, and we call this starting frame. And drag the camera, the tile map, and the point light into it. Okie doke. And then we just want to create another empty object under here. We'll call this one, I don't know, frame bounds. Add a box collider to it. If I can get it right. It's going to be a trigger. And again, we just want to squeeze that out just to fill up the scene frame. For flipping between frames, you can adjust this box collider later on. Just zoom in, check that's pretty well central. That'll do for the top. And that'll do for the bottom. Okay, so we've got our frame bounds. So we've got our cameras, our tile map, our light, our frame, not fame. But we call this starting frame. Okay, so it'll be now time to write our first script, which will be for the frame container, so we can swap between frames. So I think I've got everything on that frame. So if we jump into the scripts folder, create a new C# script and call it frame controller. And we'll open that up in Visual Studio. Okay, so we need to declare our first set of variables. Okay, let me zoom in a bit. So we've got a public game object for our active frame. In fact, this can be a serialized field. And we copy that and we make that a serialized field as well, and then we'll have an array of game objects for all the other frames in the scene that we disable and enable as we trigger Okay, so next thing we want to do is add a trigger method. Okay, so we don't need these two. And all we're going to do is have an on-trigger enter. We're going to check for the player's tag, and we'll set the active frame, which is this one, to true, and then we'll loop through and deactivate all the other frames in the array. So that's basically all we need for our frame controller script. So if you want to pause the video and copy that out, then click save. And attach that to our bounds. And in fact that wants to be out there. And we drag the starting frame in, and we can't put any other frames in yet because we haven't created them. Okay, so that should be our starting frame already built, with the frame controller built. So in the next episode we'll look at building the middle or recurring frame and the end frame. Okay, don't forget to hit like and subscribe. Join me on the Discord channel, and I'll see you in the next video.